Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
My name is Catherine, and today we're talking about weddings.
That's right. We are having a wedding, but we're actually planning all the things out for the wedding.
That's right. So there are lots of things to think about when you're planning a wedding, and I don't think that the woman in today's dialogue has forgotten anything. Let's take a listen to the dialogue first, and we'll be back in a moment.
Trina, will you marry me?
Yes! Jared, of course I'll marry you.
Oh, babe, I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you. I can't wait for all the adventures we're going to have, for all the fights and the laughter. I can't wait to grow old and wrinkly with you.
Oh, Jared, I can't wait for our wedding. I hope you don't mind, but I've already chosen a date. 6 months from now in the summer. Melissa saw you buying the ring last month, so I had plenty of time to start planning.
She what?
Oh, don't worry, sweetie. I didn't know when you were going to propose. It was still a nice surprise. As I was saying, I've got it all planned out. There's almost nothing left to do. I wrote up our guest list, and we will have roughly 400 guests attending.
400?
No need to sweat it. My parents agreed to pay for most of the wedding, which is going to be a low budget anyway. So roughly 400 people, which means that the hall at Northwood Heights will be our reception venue. I thought it would be nice if we had the wedding at your parents' church, and my uncle, of course, would be officiating. We'll meet with him soon for some pre-wedding counselling. The music for the wedding ceremony was a no-brainer. My stepsister and her string quartet will take care of that. My cousin will be the official photographer. I thought it would also be nice if his daughter could sing a solo. Did you know that she's going to be a professional opera singer? And then, of course, the ladies at the church would love to be our caterers for the banquet, and we'll get the youth group to serve us. I was thinking that your friend's band could be our entertainment for the night, though they might have to tone it down a bit. Or we could hire a DJ. Your sister's husband could get us a discount with that company that does the decor at weddings. What's their name again? I was thinking that we could have an island paradise themed wedding, and our theme colour would be a soothing blue like aquamarine, and there will be a huge seashell on the wall behind the podium where we'll make our toasts. What do you think of small packages of drink mixes for our wedding favours? Who else am I missing? Oh, your uncle could be our florist, and his wife could make our wedding cake.
Oh, wow.
See, it's going to be wonderful. Oh, this wedding is going to be everything I ever dreamed of.
If I survive the next 6 months.
All right, we're back. So she talked a lot. So there are a lot of words and phrases here that we're going to take a look at. So let's start with a couple of them on language takeaway.
Language takeaway.
All right, so on language takeaway, why don't we start off with the first word? And the basic one, before you start to plan a wedding, the guy needs to propose.
Or the woman. Let's be 21st century here. Normally it's the man, but to propose in this instance means to propose marriage. So basically this is the part where someone gets down on his knee and he says, you know, sweetie pie, I want to be with you forever. Will you marry me?
Right.
To propose.
So to propose is to ask someone to marry you.
That's right.
But it can also mean something else, right? To suggest.
That's right. So I could propose an idea. Or I could propose a plan. But in this case, to propose has another meaning, and it's basically to ask someone to marry you.
Okay, very good. So now we've proposed to someone, so we need to start planning our wedding. And I think one of the first steps is you need to know how many people are going to be there and who you're going to invite.
That's right. So when you're planning a wedding, you have to think about the people that are going to attend the wedding. So you prepare a guest list.
Okay, so a guest list. Now, it's pretty simple, right? You have a list where you put everyone's name there and you know how many people are coming.
Exactly.
Okay, a guest list. Now you have your guest list, and now you need to pick a place where your wedding will be.
That's right. So we often talk about two parts to a wedding. The first part is the ceremony, the wedding ceremony. Maybe if you're religious, that happens in a church.
Okay.
But there's a party afterwards, and that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about a reception.
Okay.
A reception is basically the party part of the wedding where you drink and eat and listen to music and dance. So obviously for that, you need a space, a place to have the party, and we call it the reception venue.
Okay, a venue. So, as you said, the reception is the party and the venue is the place where you have it. Now, a venue is not a specific word, right? You can use venue for many different places.
That's right. So, for example, someone's having a concert. I can ask him, hey, what's the venue?
Okay.
That means, what is the theater, or where's this place you're going to have the concert?
Okay, so for example, a stadium can be a venue or a restaurant can be a venue.
Exactly. So a venue is a place where an event can be held.
Okay, very good. So now we have our reception venue, we have our guest list, and the girl was talking about her uncle officiating. What does she mean by to officiate?
Okay, so like you said, the verb here is to officiate. Her uncle will be officiating. That means he will be the person who marries them. So maybe you've seen movies before where there's a priest who says, do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife till death do you part?
Right.
That person who says that, the person who asks the questions, he or she it officiates.
Okay. Officiate. So that's basically the action of marrying someone or leading the ceremony.
That's right. And in America, this isn't just anybody. Someone has to have
like a license
or has to be a priest and has to have the authority to officiate.
Okay. Very good. So that's a very interesting word there, to officiate. Now, moving on, when we talk about the food for the reception venue, well, we need somebody to cook it and prepare it, and that's when we hire caterers.
That's right. So a caterer is kind of like a cook, but a caterer basically arranges a meal for many people. And usually the person will bring the food to you. So, for example, if we're going to have a party, Marco, and we're going to throw it at a venue 10 miles away, the caterer will bring the food to us.
Okay. Okay, so that's a caterer. You get someone to cater your wedding.
That's right, or cater a party. So I've had parties before that I've called caterers to make the food for.
Okay.
So basically they work with me and I tell them the kind of food I would like and they prepare it.
Okay, very good. And now for our last part for the wedding planning. You have the food, you have the venue, you have everything, but you also need to decorate a little bit. And this is when you call a florist.
Florist. So this sounds a lot like flower, right? Florist, flower. And then that's basically what this person does. A florist is a person who prepares flowers or who cuts flowers and uses them to decorate.
Okay. So you go to the florist to buy flowers, roses, and different types of things. Okay. A florist. Very good. So 6 key words there that are related to planning a wedding. Why don't we move on now to a couple of phrases on Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
All right, so this first phrase is a really good one. It's a little bit gross. We're talking about sweat. The woman in this dialogue says, hey, no need to sweat it. So what does this mean?
All right, so if you say to sweat means when you're running, you're doing exercise, it's hot, water starts to come out of your skin.
Yummy.
Right? But if the person says, hey, don't sweat it, or no need to sweat it, it's a colloquial way of saying don't worry.
Oh, okay. So we're not actually talking about sweat here.
No.
So maybe, Marco, you and I are working on a project together, and I say, listen, Marco, I'm so sorry. I have a family emergency. I can't finish the project with you. Would you be able to help me out? I'm so sorry.
Sure. Don't sweat it. It's not a problem.
Okay, so don't worry.
Don't worry. Right, so if you tell someone to not sweat it, don't sweat it, or no need to sweat it, you're basically telling them it's okay, it's not a problem, everything's going to be fine.
Great. So the next phrase here is also kind of relaxed. It's kind of laid back. So the woman is still describing some of the things she's prepared for the wedding. And she says, hey, listen, don't worry. The music was a no-brainer. Okay, no-brainer.
Okay, this is really easy. Well, your brain is inside your head, right? So if you say no-brainer, it's basically saying you don't have to think about it too much, or it's very easy, very simple.
Okay, so I was deciding on where to go on vacation, and the options were Thailand or Antarctica.
That's a no-brainer.
Right.
Thailand.
Obviously, I want to go where it's sunny and warm. So a no-brainer means I didn't even have to think about it. It was that easy.
Right. The decision-making was a no-brainer. All right, so for our next phrase, the girl was also talking about the music. And she was talking about a band, maybe like a rock band. And she said, well, maybe they could play, but they would need to tone it down.
Okay, so this is a favorite phrase of parents, I think,
Yeah.
all over the English-speaking world tone it down. In this case, we're talking about music. So maybe, like you said, the friend's band is a rock and roll band, and it's really loud and
Right.
angry and, in your face. But for a wedding, that's not appropriate. So to tone it down means to make it more appropriate for the occasion. So maybe less loud or
Right.
no offensive language or no swear words.
Right. That's basically what tone it down means, right? If someone says you need to tone it down, it's a little bit more direct. Yeah, like you said, if your parents tell you this, it's maybe because you're being a little bit too loud or you're yelling or you're being irrespectful.
Yeah.
So that's why your parents would tell you, hey, you need to tone it down a bit.
That's right. Or sometimes we have this in the office where someone doesn't understand how to communicate in a positive way. And so they say, oh, that paper you did was really bad. It was stupid. I don't ever want to see it again. Say, well, maybe you need to tone it down a little bit. Think about the words you're using
Right.
and make them a little bit less harsh.
So kind of to relax, to reduce your level of being aggressive, of being loud. That's to tone it down.
Exactly.
Okay, a lot of great phrases there. Why don't we now go back, listen to our great dialogue one last time, and we'll be back to talk a little bit more.
Trina, will you marry me?
Yes, yes, yes! Jared, of course I'll marry you.
Oh, babe, I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you. I can't wait for all the adventures we're going to have, for all the fights and the laughter. Can't wait to grow old and wrinkly with you.
Oh, Jared, I can't wait for our wedding. I hope you don't mind, but I've already chosen a date. 6 months from now in the summer. Melissa saw you buying the ring last month, so I had plenty of time to start planning.
She what?
Oh, don't worry, sweetie. I didn't know when you were going to propose. It was still a nice surprise. As I was saying, I've got it all planned out. There's almost nothing left to do. I wrote up our guest list, and we will have roughly 400 guests attending.
400?
No need to sweat it. My parents agreed to pay for most of the wedding, which is going to be a low budget anyway. So roughly 400 people, which means that the hall at Northwood Heights will be our reception venue. I thought it would be nice if we had the wedding at your parents' church, and my uncle, of course, would be officiating. We'll meet with him soon for some pre-wedding counselling. The music for the wedding ceremony was a no-brainer. My stepsister and her string quartet will take care of that. My cousin will be the official photographer. I thought it would also be nice if his daughter could sing a solo. Did you know that she's going to be a professional opera singer? And then, of course, the ladies at the church would love to be our caterers for the banquet, and we'll get the youth group to serve us. I was thinking that your friend's band could be our entertainment for the night, though they might have to tone it down a bit. Or we could hire a DJ. Your sister's husband could get us a discount with that company that does the decor at weddings. What's their name again? I was thinking that we could have an island paradise themed wedding, and our theme colour would be a soothing blue like aquamarine, and there will be a huge seashell on the wall behind the podium where we'll make our toasts. What do you think of small packages of drink mixes for our wedding favours? Who else am I missing? Oh, your uncle could be our florist, and his wife could make our wedding cake.
Oh, wow.
See, it's going to be wonderful. Oh, this wedding is going to be everything I ever dreamed of.
If I survive the next 6 months.
All right, so about weddings and planning out a wedding, do you think 400 guests is a small wedding?
No. I think this woman is out of control. In fact, in English, we have a word for a bride, or like a woman who's getting married, that describes someone who's completely nuts about the
really?
wedding. We call her a bridezilla.
Bridezilla.
That's right.
Like
So-
Godzilla.
Exactly. The movie Godzilla, he's a monster.
And he's out of control.
He's out of control. And a bride who's so obsessed with her wedding that nothing else is important, she is a bridezilla.
Now, it's a very big thing for a woman, right? For her wedding to be nice and perfect and everything. Do you think guys are more relaxed in this sense?
I don't know. I think it depends on the guy. As always, there are some people who want to be very involved and some people who don't care. But in general, I think men are less worried about the details.
They just as long as there's a wedding, it's fine.
Exactly. Although a lot of men, when the wedding actually happens, start to get very nervous.
Oh, but kind of like having doubts, maybe cold feet.
Yes, cold feet. Like, should I get married? Should I not get married? Uh-oh.
I think it's very interesting because you see this in movies a lot. And I've always wondered how often or how common is it for a guy or a girl to say no or to leave a wedding when it has already started? Because, you have invited all these people, all these friends and family. Maybe people came from different countries and food is paid for, venue. You spend so much money on a wedding and for you to say no. I don't know how common it is. It's very common in movies, but I don't know anyone who's experienced this.
I don't either, actually, now that you bring it up. So maybe we could talk about this. Is this common in your country? First of all, do people spend a lot of money on weddings? And second of all, have you ever heard of someone actually leaving the wedding before they finished?
Yeah, during the ceremony, not before, during.
During the ceremony.
In Western countries, weddings are not just grand celebrations. They are a social phenomenon deeply rooted in history, religion, and cultural tradition. The rituals and customs of Western weddings have evolved since the Middle Ages, carrying a deep respect for love, commitment, and family values. This article explores the rich meaning behind Western weddings from several angles: historical evolution, religious ceremonies, social functions, and symbolism. 1. Historical background, from feudal rites to modern marriage. The history of Western weddings can be traced back to ancient Rome, where marriage was seen as a political and economic alliance, and family unions often involved the exchange of property and power. In the Middle Ages, as Christianity spread throughout Europe, weddings gradually became religious ceremonies. The Church established strict rules around marriage and viewed it as a sacred, unbreakable contract, a concept that has deeply influenced later wedding traditions. During the Renaissance, with the rise of individualism and the romantic ideal of love, weddings shifted from being purely family alliances to expressions of personal affection between two people. Despite this change, many traditional elements, such as the exchange of vows, rings, and the wedding feast, still reflect medieval influences and show respect for historical traditions. In modern times, as social views have evolved, Western weddings have become celebrations that are both full of ritual and open to individual choices, yet the core ideas of family, commitment, and love remain unchanged. 2. Religious traditions, expressions of faith in sacred ceremonies. Christianity, the main religion in Western society, has had a profound impact on wedding ceremonies. Traditional Christian weddings are usually held in churches and led by a priest or minister, with many religious elements woven throughout the service. Within the church's rituals, a wedding is seen as a sacred contract that symbolizes God's blessing and witness to human love. When couples publicly vow their loyalty to each other in front of friends and family, they are making not only a personal promise, but also a sacred vow before God. One key moment in the ceremony is the exchange of rings. The circle of the ring represents endless love and eternity, symbolizing that the marriage is a never-ending bond. Many priests quote passages from the Bible during the service, emphasizing that marriage is a divine institution created by God and urging the couple to support each other in facing life's challenges. This religiously charged ceremony lifts the wedding from a mere celebration to a spiritual and faith-filled commitment, giving the couple's future together a transcendent strength. 3. Symbolism in wedding ceremonies. Every detail in a Western wedding is rich with symbolism. For example, the wedding dress carries deep cultural meaning. New brides traditionally wear white dresses, a custom that began during the Victorian era and has evolved into an essential part of modern weddings. White symbolizes purity and a fresh start, representing the bride's new role as she embarks on a beautiful, unknown journey into marriage. Another central element is the exchange of vows. In front of family and friends, the couple uses heartfelt words to promise to stand by each other forever. This not only expresses their love, but also forms a public social contract. It shows that marriage is not just a private bond between two people, but a union blessed and recognized by society. Many Westerners believe that the vows spoken on their wedding day are the most important promises of their lives, capturing the moment of love and the resolve to face future challenges together. The wedding reception is also a crucial part of the ceremony. Traditionally, the reception is a time for the couple to celebrate their love with their guests. It serves as a social event that symbolizes the merging of two families or even social groups. Through music, dancing, and a carefully prepared meal, the reception subtly communicates a desire for a happy life and shared future experiences. 4. Social functions and cultural impact. In the West, weddings are more than just a display of personal love. They serve important social functions. First, weddings act as a bond within families and social structures. Through the wedding, two families come together both emotionally and economically, and this merging of family structures is seen as a key factor in maintaining social order. The couple becomes an integral part of their family and community, with the responsibility of passing on family values and traditions. Additionally, weddings are a symbol of social status and prestige. In many Western countries, the size, style, and extravagance of a wedding often reflect a family's economic standing. A large, elaborate wedding can not only highlight the couple's personal charm but also enhance the family's image in society. Although modern society increasingly values simplicity and individual expression, many traditional elements, such as the choice of venue, attire, and the structure of the reception, are still seen as important markers of social identity and status. With changing times, Western weddings have managed to preserve their traditional essence while continuously incorporating modern elements. This blend has made wedding ceremonies more diverse and personalized. Modern Western weddings are no longer solely religious events or family alliances. They have become important moments for couples to express their connections not only with each other but also with their families, friends, and society as a whole. In this section, we will explore the new roles of family in weddings, the rise of personalized weddings, and the social changes reflected in modern ceremonies. 1. Redefining and passing on family roles. Family as the backbone. Traditionally, the family has always played an indispensable role in Western weddings. In the past, marriage was seen as a union between two families, with parents' arrangements and elders' blessings dominating the process. However, with the rise of individualism and the freedom to choose one's partner, modern weddings increasingly emphasize the couple's own decisions, though the family remains central. Emotional support and cultural heritage. Families not only offer financial and logistical support, but also provide emotional encouragement. Many couples involve their parents, siblings, and relatives in the planning process, from choosing the wedding theme and venue to selecting the attire and catering. Every detail is often infused with family stories and cultural memories. The blessings and shared wisdom from elders before the wedding can become a vital source of strength for the couple as they face future challenges. At the same time, the wedding itself acts as a ceremony that preserves traditional rituals, family history, and cultural heritage, forming a bond that spans generations. Evolving family dynamics. In modern weddings, the relationship between the couple and their parents has shifted from one-way guidance to a more balanced, collaborative approach. Parents are no longer the dominant figures imposing tradition. Instead, they participate as advisors and supporters in the planning process. Modern families tend to encourage couples to express their individuality while still respecting time-honored customs. Wedding planning often becomes a joint effort where traditional ceremony elements blend with modern aesthetics and creativity, making the event both touching and in tune with today's spirit. 2. The rise of personalized weddings. Customization and creative expression. Driven by globalization and the digital age, Western weddings have become increasingly focused on personalization and customization. Couples are exploring and experimenting with ways to infuse their unique life views into every detail of their wedding, turning the event into a stage for self-expression and a display of distinctive emotions. Themes and creative ideas. While traditional wedding ceremonies are solemn and dignified, many couples now seek to break the mold by adding personalized elements without losing the essential ceremonial feel. For example, some may choose themes such as vintage romance, rustic countryside, or minimalist chic, using color schemes, decor, and music to create a unique atmosphere. Many wedding planners now specialize in custom services, crafting weddings that reflect the couple's story and interests so that every wedding becomes a one-of-a-kind work of art. Redesigning the ceremony. Personalized weddings are also evident in how the ceremony is reimagined. More couples are choosing to write their own vows, using heartfelt language to express their love. They might incorporate stories of personal growth, memorable travel moments, or their hopes for the future. Some even combine the ceremony with interactive experiences by inviting guests to participate, such as writing personal messages or sharing cherished memories, making the wedding feel more engaging and warm. Embracing technology and new media. Advances in technology have opened up new possibilities for personalizing weddings. By using video projections, live streaming, and other modern tech, couples can create visually striking and interactive experiences. Wedding photography, drone videography, and real-time social media sharing mean that the wedding is not limited to those present on site. It can be witnessed and enjoyed by friends and family far and wide. 3. Social change reflected in modern weddings. Celebrating diversity and inclusion. Modern weddings reflect broader social changes and evolving cultural values. They are not just a declaration of love between two individuals, but also an expression of society's commitment to diversity and inclusion. With increasing emphasis on gender equality and the legalization of same-sex marriage, the form and meaning of weddings have expanded. Today, marriage is no longer defined solely as a union between a man and a woman. It is about the right of every individual to pursue happiness. Couples, regardless of gender or sexual orientation, can now express their love equally, and traditional rituals are continuously adapted to reflect these changes. For instance, in same-sex weddings, partners might exchange rings symbolizing equality and jointly write vows, affirming mutual dignity and support. Redefining social identity. In the past, weddings were often symbols of family status and wealth. In modern Western society, however, weddings are increasingly seen as a statement of personal choice and lifestyle. They no longer focus solely on lavishness and extravagance. Instead, there is a greater emphasis on genuine emotion and authenticity. Couples use their weddings to share their visions for a happy future, a shift that not only changes the outward appearance of the event, but also subtly transforms society's overall view of marriage. Cross-cultural exchange and a global outlook. In our globalized world, cultural exchange is more frequent than ever, and Western weddings have absorbed elements from other cultures. Whether it's in the choice of attire, music, or ceremonial practices, elements from various countries and ethnic backgrounds are increasingly integrated. This blending not only enriches the wedding experience, but also fosters understanding and respect among different cultures. Many couples now incorporate traditional rituals from Eastern, African, or Latin American cultures to express their openness to multiculturalism, turning the wedding into a bridge that connects cultures worldwide. 4. Social responsibility and future prospects. Environmental awareness and sustainability. With growing concerns about the environment, more couples are considering sustainability when planning their weddings. From choosing eco-friendly materials and minimizing waste to promoting low-carbon travel, every detail of the wedding can reflect a commitment to protecting our planet. Many wedding planners are now dedicated to creating green weddings that maintain the beauty and dignity of the ceremony while reducing environmental impact, a trend that is gaining traction in modern celebrations. Charity and social impact. Modern couples often allocate part of their wedding budget to charitable causes or set up donation stations at the event to raise awareness of social issues. In this way, a wedding becomes more than a personal celebration. It becomes a platform for promoting social progress and spreading kindness. Whether it's supporting underprivileged children, protecting endangered species, or contributing to environmental projects, every act of generosity at a wedding can help make the world a better place. Future trends. Looking ahead, Western weddings will continue to find a balance between tradition and modernity, individual expression, and social responsibility. Advances in technology, the blending of diverse cultures, and a rising sense of social duty will drive wedding ceremonies toward being even more personalized, human-centered, and sustainable. Couples will have even greater freedom and creativity to design weddings that reflect their personal values and life philosophies, ensuring that this timeless ritual remains both classic and vibrant. In Western society, a wedding is not only a ceremonial event embedded in family, religion, and social structures, it is also a profound experience of personal growth and emotional transformation. For every couple, a wedding marks an important moment in their journey toward maturity, taking on responsibilities and evolving into a new version of themselves. From the initial planning of the ceremony to that solemn moment when they exchange vows, couples experience not just a change in the external form but also a deep transformation within their inner worlds. Below, we explore in detail how a wedding can elevate personal emotions, promote psychological growth, and have a lasting impact on future married life. 1. Weddings as a turning point in life. Weddings are often seen as a major turning point in one's life. In most Western cultures, getting married means more than just the union of two individuals. It represents a transition from single life to family life. For many couples, it is a ceremonial farewell to the free, unrestrained days of the past, and a welcome to new responsibilities and commitments. At this moment, couples are often forced to re-examine their life goals and values so they can face future challenges with a renewed outlook. During this process, many people experience a newfound clarity and awakening. They begin to realize that a wedding is not merely a grand celebration, but a profound emotional cleansing. Whether standing at the altar in a church or holding a private, tailor-made ceremony outdoors, couples must confront their true inner feelings, reflect on their past experiences, and, at the moment of their vows, promise to support and grow together. This mental transformation lays a solid foundation for their future life together, giving them the confidence and courage to weather life's storms. 2. Emotional elevation through personal growth. One of the most crucial moments in a wedding ceremony is the exchange of vows and rings. These vows are not just a public testament of love, they are also a deep personal commitment and declaration of responsibility. During this process, couples often look back on their shared memories, gain insights into the true meaning of love, and express their hopes for the future in the most sincere language possible. It is in this solemn moment that their emotions are truly elevated and their inner resolve grows stronger and more mature. Many couples use the period of wedding planning as an opportunity for deep conversation with friends, family, counselors, or even within themselves. They reflect on their personal growth, past emotional experiences, and expectations for married life. Through this journey, many learn how to balance their personal needs with those of their partner and find an inner harmony between love and responsibility. This inner elevation turns the wedding from just a ceremony into a catalyst for personal growth, allowing the couple to find themselves within the realms of love and commitment and to redefine their values. At the same time, a wedding offers a platform for the couple to showcase their personal growth to friends and family. By involving their loved ones in the planning process, they not only learn how to organize a grand celebration but also experience the importance of cooperation, communication, and compromise. This experience becomes a valuable asset in their future lives, helping them to use wisdom and understanding to resolve conflicts and achieve emotional resonance and unity. 3. Personalized expression and self-realization. Modern Western weddings have increasingly become an avenue for personal expression. More and more couples are choosing to break away from traditional, one-size-fits-all ceremonies by incorporating their own stories and emotional experiences into every aspect of the event. Whether it is customizing wedding invitations, writing their own vows, or adding unique interactive segments during the ceremony, these choices provide a stage for the couple to showcase their individuality and taste. This form of personalized expression transforms the wedding from merely repeating traditional rituals into an artistic performance filled with creativity and emotion. By carefully designing every detail, couples can weave in their personal growth, love story, and dreams for the future. Such weddings retain the solemn and sacred aspects of tradition while also highlighting the couple's unique style and the spirit of the times, offering a fresh interpretation of self-realization. For example, some couples play a short film during the wedding that documents their journey of meeting and falling in love, allowing them and their guests to relive those touching moments. Others invite friends and family to share stories about their shared experiences, so every participant feels the emotional power behind the celebration. This interactive and engaging approach not only brings the couple closer to their guests, but also makes the wedding a bridge that spans generations, conveying emotions and creating lasting memories. 4. The impact on personal identity and social belonging. A wedding not only influences individual emotional growth, but also plays a significant role in shaping one's social identity and sense of belonging. In Western society, marriage is often seen as a marker of adulthood, maturity, and responsibility. Through the wedding ceremony, couples officially step into a new social role. They become not only members of a family, but also part of a broader community. This shift in identity not only raises their social status, but also provides them with additional support and resources for their future lives. From a psychological standpoint, weddings help boost individual confidence and a sense of security. When couples complete their vows in the presence of family, friends, and society, they feel the recognition and support from those around them, which greatly enhances their sense of belonging and overall happiness. Additionally, the wedding offers a unique opportunity for the couple to publicly express their feelings and beliefs, thereby shaping a more positive and healthy self-identity. For guests, attending a wedding also helps rebuild emotional and social bonds. Weddings strengthen connections among different families and social circles, as everyone shares in witnessing the couple's vows and celebrating together. This collective emotional experience not only stirs individual empathy, but also fosters deeper connections within the community, creating a warm and harmonious social atmosphere. 5. The spiritual legacy of a wedding for the future. A wedding is more than just an event of the moment. It leaves a valuable spiritual legacy for the future. Whether it's the solemn vows, the shining rings, or the genuine emotions shared at the reception, these memories serve as an enduring source of inspiration for the couple throughout their lives. Years later, when they look back on that day, the small yet powerful moments of the wedding often become a guiding light that helps them overcome challenges and stay true to the promises they once made. Many couples choose to cherish their wedding photos, videos, and written vows long after the ceremony, as these keep tangible records of their emotional journey. Whenever they face difficulties or setbacks, these memories remind them of the commitment and the irreplaceable love they share. This spiritual legacy not only solidifies the foundation of their marriage, but also sets an example for future generations, conveying timeless values of responsibility, love, and perseverance. At the same time, as a social ceremony, a wedding subtly influences broader cultural values. Through continuous reinterpretation and innovation in wedding practices, Western society is constantly updating its understanding of marriage, family, and love. Modern couples honor traditions while actively exploring personalized and diverse forms of expression, ensuring that the wedding remains both a continuation of cultural heritage and a vibrant, forward-looking phenomenon. In modern Western society, a wedding is not just a ceremony. It's an important platform for social interaction and cultural expression. With constant social changes and rapid technological advances, weddings are redefining the way people connect, showcasing diversity, openness, and innovation like never before. The following sections explore the deep social significance of weddings from several angles, including their role in social interaction, cross-cultural integration, digital transformation, and future prospects. 1. The social interaction function of weddings. In the West, weddings have always been key occasions for families, friends, and entire communities to gather and connect. Modern weddings build on traditional ceremonies by emphasizing interactive and emotional exchanges with guests, sharing emotions, and building social bonds. On the wedding day, when the couple and their loved ones come together, it's not only about witnessing the couple's vows. It's also a celebration that strengthens emotional ties among social members. As guests laugh, dance, and converse, they share memories of the past and hopes for the future. This collective participation not only makes the wedding an important family reunion, but also creates a warm support network that helps the newlyweds feel ongoing care in their married life. Intergenerational communication and cultural transmission. Weddings often include speeches from elders who share marital wisdom and family stories. This tradition passes down valuable cultural heritage and fosters understanding and acceptance between generations. Younger people gain a deeper appreciation of the responsibilities and significance of marriage by listening to the experiences and advice of their elders, drawing confidence and strength for their own future. 2. Cross-cultural integration and a global perspective. In today's globalized world, cultural exchange is more frequent than ever, and Western weddings are continuously absorbing elements from other cultures, making them more diverse and international. The convergence of diverse cultures. Modern couples often come from various cultural backgrounds or choose to incorporate elements from other traditions into their weddings. For instance, some weddings might combine Eastern traditions, like a tea ceremony or traditional attire, with Western vows to create a beautiful cross-cultural atmosphere. These weddings retain the essence of each culture while highlighting a global mindset of inclusivity and innovation. The blend of fashion and tradition. Fashion designers and wedding planners are constantly introducing fresh wedding concepts that respect the solemnity of traditional ceremonies while adding a modern, stylish touch. From venue decoration and wedding dress design to the banquet menu, every detail strives for a balance between the classic and the contemporary. Through careful planning, couples create weddings that are both ceremonially significant and personally expressive, a visual and emotional feast that reflects their unique style. 3. Wedding innovations in the digital age. Rapid technological development is changing not only how weddings are presented, but also how they are shared. Digital tools and new media have extended the wedding experience beyond the physical event to the virtual world and social platforms. Live streaming and social sharing. As live streaming and video conferencing technologies mature, many weddings now include live broadcasts. This allows friends and family who cannot attend in person to witness this special moment in real time. Moreover, couples and guests share photos, videos, and stories on social media, spreading the joy of the wedding far beyond the event itself and creating a new experience that blends online and offline interaction. Virtual weddings and digital keepsakes. Especially during global events or special circumstances, some couples opt for virtual weddings. Using virtual or augmented reality, they provide guests with an immersive experience. In addition, digital albums, electronic vows, and customized wedding apps allow every detail of the day to be recorded, shared, and relived, serving as lasting digital mementos. 4. Looking ahead, the future of weddings. Looking to the future, Western weddings will continue to search for a deeper balance between tradition, personalization, technological application, and social responsibility, evolving into new models and meanings. Continued personalization and innovative design. As the values of the new generation evolve, weddings will increasingly focus on expressing personal beliefs and lifestyles. Couples will enjoy more freedom to create a wedding uniquely tailored to them, from the ceremony details to the overall style, reflecting their creativity and individuality. Weddings will no longer simply copy traditional patterns, but will become dynamic cultural innovations. Environmentally friendly and sustainable celebrations. With growing environmental awareness, future weddings will pay greater attention to sustainability. Using eco-friendly materials, reducing waste, and promoting green wedding planning will become key trends. Couples not only hope to express their love and commitment, but also want to contribute to the planet, making their wedding a symbol of a greener lifestyle. Social good and shared values. An increasing number of couples now incorporate social causes into their wedding planning. By donating part of their budget, engaging in volunteer work, or organizing charity activities, they transform the joy of their wedding into a contribution to society. This approach not only strengthens the social responsibility of the wedding, but also helps promote a renewed understanding and celebration of love and shared values throughout the community. 5. Conclusion: the enduring power of a wedding. From traditional religious ceremonies to modern personal expressions, and from family cultural heritage to global cross-cultural integration, the meanings and values embedded in Western weddings are richer than ever. A wedding not only witnesses the love and commitment of two individuals, but also continuously influences social structure, cultural identity, and technological innovation. Regardless of how the form of a wedding changes over time, its core remains an endless pursuit of love, responsibility, and a hopeful future. In this ever-changing era, weddings are connecting tradition and modernity, individuals and society, past and future, in ways never seen before. Every wedding is a vivid testament to love, growth, commitment, and responsibility, encouraging couples to face life's challenges with courage and sending a message of warmth, hope, and unity throughout society. Just as the rising sun lights the way forward, the love and commitment embodied in a wedding will forever guide us, serving as an enduring force that transcends time and space. Future weddings will continue to be celebrated in open, inclusive, and innovative ways, symbolizing the shared pursuit of a better life for every family, community, and society as a whole.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Having a lot of wrinkles. Wrinkly. Ask someone to marry you. Propose. Simple or that needs further changes, etc. Rough. The place where an event takes place. Venue. To perform the official duties of a ceremony. Officiate. Something so simple as to require no thought. No-brainer. Someone who provides food and service. Caterer. The way something is decorated. Decor. The way something is decorated. Decor. Someone who grows and deals in flowers. Florist. Souvenir with a small gift and given to a guest at. Favor. A celebrity who receives much acclaim and attention. Toast.
Let's try that faster.
The place where an event takes place. Venue. The way something is decorated. Decor. Something so simple as to require no thought. No-brainer. Having a lot of wrinkles. Wrinkly. Simple or that needs further changes, etc. Rough. Ask someone to marry you. Propose. To perform the official duties of a ceremony. Officiate. Someone who provides food and service. Caterer. Someone who grows and deals in flowers. Florist. Souvenir with a small gift and given to a guest at. Favor. The way something is decorated. Decor. A celebrity who receives much acclaim and attention. Toast.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Venue. Now that we know our numbers, we can choose our venue. Venue. Which venues were you considering for the concert? Venue. The venue for tomorrow night's gig is the chic new restaurant downtown. Officiate. Her brother officiated her wedding. Officiate. Who is officiating this contract? Officiate. His parents insisted that he have a justice of the peace officiate the wedding. No-brainer. Going to class is a no-brainer if you want to do well in school. No-brainer. The answer to that question is a no-brainer. No-brainer. Who I want to be my maid of honor is a no-brainer. Caterer. The caterers arrive several hours before the guests to prepare and cook the food. Caterer. Whoever was the caterer for the banquet was phenomenal. Caterer. I am hiring Gaston as my caterer for the event. Toast. I propose to make a toast to the happy couple. Toast. We made many toasts to health and happiness that night. Toast. The best man was so nervous that he stumbled through his speech and even dropped his glass during the toast.
Thank you for tuning in. We hope you found this episode both insightful and enjoyable. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss any great episodes. See you next time.